Hello guys, welcome back to Daily Code Work. So today we're going to take a simple demo on how to generate the QR code in Spring Boot. Today the QR code is one of the quickest way to get information, to carry information along, right? We can encode any information we want to encode in this image, right? Be it payment, be it website information, be it marketing information, be it Wi-Fi, be it anything. So we can just encode anything we want to encode in this image. So by scanning this image with your phone camera or by any scanning device, we can see every information we want to see right away. That is what we're going to do right here today in this simple demo using Spring Boot 3. Okay guys, let's get it done. So for this, we're going to go straight to the Spring Initializer website. So I'm just going to type here Spring Initializer right here. So we follow here, just click on this link and we go to the Spring Initializer website. This is the recommended way to generate a brand new Spring Boot application. Just go to spring.io and you come here to generate the project. Right here, I'm going to just leave this on Java because we're using Java, and I'm going to leave this also in Spring Boot 3, the latest version of Spring Boot. And here I'm going to change this Gradle to Maven because we'll be using Maven to manage our dependencies. So here I'm going to change this to daily code work. So this is going to be this, that is the group ID is going to be com.dailycodework. So here I'm going to change the artifact ID to SB Spring Boot QR code demo. So this one is going to be Spring Boot QR code demo, right? And here in the package name, I'm just going to remove the hyphen. Yeah, so it remains like this. And I'm going to leave this on Java 17, which is the latest long supported version of Java. Right here, we're going to pick some dependencies, a few of them. So the first one we're going to pick here is Lombok to manage our boilerplate code. And the next one is Spring Web to get access to controllers and MVC framework. And the next one again is we're going to get MySQL because we're going to save our data into the database. So the next thing we're going to do is to get the JPA for free Crud operation, the data JPA. And I think this is basically what we need for now. This MySQL, JPA, Web, and Lombok. So I think these are the basic dependencies we need right now. As time goes on, for sure, if we need more, we can always come back here to get more. So I'm just going to click on generate. And I'm going to save this to this directory here. So you can choose any directory on your system to save it to. So having done this, I'm going to open up the folder and here, I'm going to open up the folder. Here, this is the folder. This is the project generated. So I'm going to unzip, right? I'm going to unzip it. So just to extract here. Here is the project. So I'm going to right click on this folder and open with IntelliJ. Open folder as IntelliJ project because we're using IntelliJ. I am using IntelliJ. So this one, I'm just going to open it in the same window. Yeah, let's put it on the same window. Yeah, the same window. So our project is generating. So let's hold on a little bit for it to complete, to finish generate. Okay, so we can see that our project has been generated, and let's open it up here. And here we have it. So this is our brand new Spring Boot application. I'm going to remove this to have a wider screen. And I'm going to zoom in a bit. I'm just going to close this down. Okay, So now we have generated a brand new project. So what I'm going to do here is to create the entity that we are going to be encoding. Understand? So the entity we're going to encode in that image, in the QR code image. So that's what we're going to create. So we're going to use student as a demo class for this. So here I just want to create a package called model, and inside this I want to create another package called student, right? This is student, and inside student I'm going to create a class called student here. So I'm just going to hit on enter. Yeah, so here we have this here, right? We have this here, and so we have a model, we have a student class. So this is our student class here, right? So our student, we're just going to create some attribute for our students that we're going to encode in the QR code image, right? So we're going to have of course the student has an ID of type long, and the student has a name, sorry, yeah. It's going to have the first name first, and the student is going to have, is this correct? This is name, not nene. This name, right? And also the student is going to have a last name. Just make it simple, right? Last name. And also the student is going to have an email of type string. This is string email. And the last one here, the student is going to have telephone number. Oh, sorry, private. This is private. It's going to be integer. Mobile. It's going to be mobile. All right. It's going to be mobile. And yes, so this is just what we want to do this demo. So what I'm going to do here is to make this an entity that we can persist to the database. Yeah, entity. Okay, and we're going to use the Lombok that we added last time. So we're going to use all arg constructor and as well as no arg constructor. So these are the things we need here. And as usual, we're going to specify the primary key. We're going to specify the primary key, and we're going to make the primary key to be generated automatically as we save data student to database. So the primary key will be automatically generated, auto-generated. So now we're going to have the generated value, and we're going to specify the strategy. It's going to be identity. We're just going to make use of the identity, right? So these are the things we need here. Yeah, these are the things we need. Cool. I think I'm going to remove this all arg constructor because the data we're going to save for the student, we're not going to be entering ID manually. So because of that, I'm going to generate a specific constructor for this. So I'm going to take every attribute except the ID. Cool. So this is what we need. So now this one is completed. So right here, I'm going to create another class. I'm going to create another class called student. So what we're trying to do here right now is just to finish everything about the entity we're going to encode, right? So we're going to create the service, and also we're going to be creating, this is the service here. So we're going to annotate this as usual, a service annotation, and we're going to have this. We're going to have the object of the repository, though we have not created it. We're going to create it, right? So we're going to say student repository. Yeah, repository. And we're going to have this, we're going to make it finer. Oh, sorry, finer. So here we're going to have at required arg constructor to auto-wire it, right? Okay, cool. And now we're going to create a simple method to get all students from the database, right? So list of students. This is just ordinary CRUD. So we just what we're trying to do here is just to create the CRUD. So there's nothing special here. As for now, we've not done anything special. We are just trying to create the CRUD for the students, for the entity we're going to be encoding into the QR code image. Okay, so here we're going to have get students. So we're going to retrieve every student from our database, right? Get students. And this one, take no arguments. And here we're just going to return student repository. Yeah. So now IntelliJ is very smart, so it's going to create this repository for us. So I'm using IntelliJ. It's really enjoyable using IntelliJ. So now I'm just going to click. So the name of this class is going to be so the name of this is going to be student repository, and it's going to be created in here in this package, student package. And the parent of this, which is going to extend from the JPA repository. I love this. I really love this. So it's going to extend this from the JPA repository, and that is what we want, right? Now I'm just going to click on OK. Cool. So that's beautiful, right? So beautiful. So now we have seen our repository here automatically created for us by IntelliJ. Wow, so smart. I love this idea. Okay, so now having done this, we're going to have return student repository dot find all here. So we just get it here. There's no magic here. This is something we have been doing before. This is normal CRUD operation, right? Okay, so having done this, I'm going to create another method, another method for us to save students. Add student. This one is going to be add student, and we're going to take the student object. We'll be taking the student object, and straight ahead we're going to return the student repository. Oh, sorry, this is student. This is students. So straight ahead we're going to take the student repository dot save entity. Save the entity, which is the student. That's all. Okay, so the last one we're going to do here is let's just say we're going to find a student, a single student, which is this one is going to be student, right? Find by ID long. In case you are wondering how to do this, in case you are new to Spring Boot CRUD operation, I have a video here in my channel where I actually make a demo on how to create a simple CRUD operation using Spring Boot. So the link, just check the link below, follow the link below. There's a link there. Just look below this video. There's a link there that will lead you to the CRUD operation. So that will teach you how to, in case you are new to Spring Boot CRUD operation, so that will actually teach you how to create simple CRUD operation in the best practice, right? In the industry practice standard. So the link is below to see how to create CRUD operation in Spring Boot. I have a video here on this channel. Okay, having said that, we're just going to return. So here we are finding one student. Return find by ID. Find by ID, and we just put the ID here. So this one here is optional, right? So we're going to do this dot .os through os through. So because it's optional, so we have to, it's going to complain because we're going to guide, we'll try to guide against non-pointer exception. So here we have, we're going to use lambda, new runtime exception, and we're just going to specify a simple message here that says student not fine. Again, I have a video here and on this channel, on my channel here, where we talked about how to create CRUD operation, where we discuss everything about all this here. Student not found. So you can just go through the channel, go through the link I dropped below to see how to create a complete CRUD operation, both delete, update, everything. The CRUD. CRUD means, CRUD is CRUD, right? Which is create, retrieve, update, and delete. So I have a video on this channel that actually showed us how to do that. So this one here, the goal of this application, of this demo, is to generate QR code for our entity, right? So now here we have done all this. We are finished with all this with the student entity. So the last thing we're going to do here is to create the constructor here. So we're just going to create a new class called student constructor. Sorry, not constructor, student controller, student controller, sorry. So we're creating student controller here. Okay. So in here we're going to need the object of the student service. So we have here student service, student service. Okay. Now we're going to create a public method to get our student, right? So here we have we're going to use the response entity list of student yeah, so this one we're going to have it as list of student, right? List of students, list of students here. Yeah, we're going to import, do the import. So here we have get students, right? Get students, and this one here takes no argument. So we're just going to return, new, we're going to return response. What am I doing? Response entity dot okay, and we're going to take the body. So here we're going to have student service dot get students. So we are done with this. So this one is to get every student from the database, and the second one we're going to have is to create students, right? So for that we're going to have the public student as well. Sorry, the student add students, and we'll be taking the object of the student here. So we'll be taking the object of the student, and so here we're just going to return, student service dot add students, and we're adding the student here to the database. And here we're going to request the body at request body. Yeah, oh here, request body students. Okay, so that's what we need. So here we're going to, this one is going to be at post method. So it's going to be a post mapping, and this one is going to be at get mapping. At get mapping here. And the last one we're going to create, you know, we have three methods here, right? We have three methods here. So the last one we're going to create is find by ID. So here we have public again, student find by ID, and the ID of the student is of type long. And so quickly we're just going to return this student service dot find by ID, and it's going to be long, right? Oh, sorry, not long, it's going to be ID. It's going to be the ID here. So that is all we need to do. So here we're going to have this as the path variable, and this one is going to be the ID, right? And we're going to specify it here as get mapping, and we're going to specify the path, right? So here we do this, and this. So that is what this is just all we have to do here. So again, if you are not familiar with what we're doing here, there's a link below this video that can take you to a video on this channel where we make a demo on how to create the complete CRUD operation using Spring Boot. So then you are going to see all this, how to create this, right? Okay, so now we're done with this. So what we're just going to do here, we're going to insert this constructor here. So we're going to make this finer, and we're going to have at required args constructor. So this to auto wire this, and we're going to specify this as REST controller, and we're going to specify the path, which is at request mapping. So we'll specify this path. So here it's just going to be students here. So this is all we need to get this done. So we are finished creating our CRUD operation with Spring Boot. So what we're going to do, so we're just going to test run. We're going to test run our application to make sure everything works to this extent, to this level, before we move ahead. Okay. So before we run our project, we're going to specify some properties here in our application, the properties, right? So I'm just going to paste all this here. So this is my password for the demo purpose, the root and admin. And this one here is going to be the name of the database here. And this one, we're going to leave this as update. So this one here is just what we need to get our project run. So let's check our database to make sure this database actually exists. So I'm just going to copy. I'm going to copy this. Yeah. So I'm going to copy this and move to SQL Workbench or MySQL Workbench. So I'm going to create a new schema here, and just with the name of the database. Make sure the database exists in your system, otherwise you get an error. Database not found or no database. Yeah. So let's refresh and check out the database we just created. Let's make it default. So now this is the database we created, no table, everything is empty. So now we are going to test run our application to see what we have gotten so far here. So let's run our application. Okay, so I'm just going to hit on this run and enable annotation processing. So let's wait. Okay, so we can see that the application has started and the table has been created, right? And so let's check our database to make sure we have the table created, refreshed. Okay, here, this is the table here, and we have student table, and let's just see what we have inside. So now the table is empty, the ID, the email, first name, last name, and mobile, everything is empty, right? Okay, so let's let's get in some data into our database. So we're going to go to Postman. So let's open Postman and let's have a request, HTTP request. So this, yeah, I think it's the same thing. So let's get everything from our database. So here we have empty. Okay. Okay, I just want to zoom it a little bit. So here we have empty array from the database because we have nothing there. So now let's try to save some info right in there. So here I go to body and raw. I go to raw and I choose JSON, right? I choose JSON. So here we have the student name, which is first name, right? First name. Oh, no, sorry, JSON. So here we're going to have the first name. So the first name is going to be Simpson. And then we have last name. Oh, sorry. So last name we're going to have Maxine, Simpson Maxine, right? And the email we're going to have, the student is going to have an email, of course. So sorry, this is email. Oh my gosh, sorry. Yeah, here. So the email is going to be Simpson at email.com. This is going to be lowercase, and the last one here is the mobile, right? The contact, mobile contact. So here we're going to have 0122332240, right? So now let's fire this. Let's send this to the database and see what we got. Boom. So here we have one information, right? We have, let's refresh and see what we got. Okay, cool. So here we have one. So let's have a few more records in our database. So here I'm going to stop this video and have a few more records, right? So you two, I encourage you to go ahead and have a few more records in our database. Okay. Okay, welcome back. So we have gotten some information, a couple of students in our database. So now I'm just going to retrieve. Let's put it on get and get all the data we have in the database, right? So here we have a couple of information from the database. Like we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 students in the database. The reason why this one happened like this was we made a mistake here last time, so that was why the email didn't submit. Yeah. So now let's refresh our database. Right. So here we have 4 information right here in our database. 4 student information in our database. Okay, so having done this, so now we are done with the first part of our application. So the next thing, the major thing we're going to do right now is to create a class to actually create QR code to encode all this information. So we're going to encode this information in that image. So if you want to, there is no need of writing your name, your first name, your email, your address, everything to someone. So you just send the card, the image to him and just scan and see all your information will be there, right? Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. So for that, we're going to go back to our application and create. I'm going to close all this down. I'm going to close all this right now. Close this, and close this. And I'm going to stop this first. Yeah. So for that, I'm going to create a new package here, a new class, sorry. I'm going to create a new class, not actually class. First of all, we're going to create a new package. So let me create a new package here. So I'm going to create a new package. So this package is going to call, I don't need to put it inside. Let me just put it outside, right? So it's going to call utils, the name of the package, right? So here I'm going to create a class here called RQ, QR code generator, QR code generator. So this is going to be the name of the class that we're going to be using to generate QR code for this. Now, having done this, now I'm just going to, the first thing we're going to do here is to create the method that will actually do the job of generating the code. So what we're going to do here is to create a private method, static, and it's going to be static. Sorry, not private, a public method. So here I'm going to create public static void. This method is going to be void because its job is just to generate that. It's not returning anything, right? It's a util method. So here I'm just going to say generate QR code, and we're going to take the student because it's going to be generating code for all the students, right? So now, before we go ahead, we're going to specify the directory where are we going to store the generated image in our system, right? So for that, I'm just going to go back here to my directory. I have created a directory here called here QR directory here. So this is the directory I'm going to remove all these ones here. I'm going to remove everything here and just delete them. So to make sure the directory is empty, right? So now this directory is empty, QR code. So I'm just going to click on this and copy this directory and come here and have it as string, right? So here we have string, create a variable for it, string QR code path. That is the path which is going to be saved. So here I'm just going to copy, so paste it there, right, and terminate. And after that, we're going to specify the name, because while we are getting all the students here, you know, every student has his own name and ID, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to specify the name of the student and the ID, or something we can use to recognize, to identify every image according to us with their student name or number, right? So I'm going to do something to identify every image for each student. So what I'm going to do here is to specify, where is my ID? Let's go back to IntelliJ. So now I'm going to create another variable called, another string variable called QR code name. So this one is going to be the name of the generated image, so that when we open our system, we can know that, okay, this image is for this image is for this person, this image is for this person, right? Okay, so for that, I'm going to have this QR path plus, so I'm going to take the first name of the student dot get first name. So I'm going to take the first name of the student plus the ID of the student plus student dot get ID. So I'm going to take the ID of the student because the IDs are unique, right? I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Yeah. And having taken this, so I'm going to append it with this. So we're going to just say QR code. And so what is the format? What format do we need? So I'm going to use peng because we have to specify the format of the image generated. So I'm going to use peng here, right? Okay, now we have done this. So now we are going to create a QR code writer. It's a class, right? So we just have I'm going to have this var QR code writer equals new QR code okay, we're not getting the class because I forgot to add the dependency here. So let's go back to our POM file and add the dependency for the QR code generator. So here I'm just going to put it under here. So dependency, yeah. So I'm just going to we're going to use a library called zitzing. This is IntelliJ. Try to help me out. Zitzing. Not found. It's coming. So zitzing. No, zing. This library is called zing. But it's we can actually find it somewhere. We can just go to I'm just going to copy from somewhere and put it there. But actually we can go to a Maven repository and get it done here. So I'm going to paste it here. So this is the Zing Spring Boot starter. So this is the dependency we need. This is all we need right here. So look at the group ID. Make sure you take this, the group ID github.highwayp, and the artifact ID is Zing Spring Boot starter release 2.0 release, right? And having done that, I'm going to refresh. So we're going to refresh this, and you see it'll be downloading, right? It's downloading. So now it has finished synchronizing. It has been synchronized. So let's go back to our class and see if we can have it. QR code writer. It should be QR code writer. Why is it not coming? Sorry, it's my, I think it's my QR code. Okay, let me complete it. QR code writer. Why are we not having the pop-up? Yeah, QR code writer. Okay, yeah, let's be sure. Okay, here we have it here. QR code writer. Okay, so make sure you have this QR code writer here, because this is the class that will be doing the job for us. So now we're going to have another class called bit matrix. What's wrong with my IntelliSense? My IntelliSense is not working. Damn. Okay, bit. Anyways, the name of this one is called bit matrix, and bit matrix. I don't know what's wrong. My IntelliSense just stopped working. Okay, equals QR writer. No, the Q. I need the QR writer dot encode here. So let's do the import. No, let's do the import here, the import. Okay, cool. So now we are going to encode the information of the student right in here. So I'm going to do a kind of format. So what I'm going to do here is the first one is the ID, the student's ID plus student dot get ID. And now I'm going to break it down to a new line. So I'm going to just have, I'm going to append this new line and plus, there's a better way of doing this, but let me just do this right now with just for the demo purpose. So here the student, we're going to have first name first name. I'm going to break this down. It's very inconvenient for me. What will I do? Okay, let me break all down. Break down this and break down this. Okay, so this one is going to be student.get first name dot get first name plus new line. I'm going to make it new line plus, oh no, this is concatenate. We push it here. So this one is going to be last name, the last name of the student, and plus student dot get last name, and we're going to concatenate, create a new line as well, then plus again here. So after this, we're going to get the email of the student's email. This is just the format, I just want to format it inside the image. Here, this is plus student dot get email. So I'm going to break this down as well. Just break it down. So what else? The mobile, the contact, right? So we have the ID, the first name, last name, email, and the contact. So here I'm going to break down the new line as well, new line, and plus the mobile, which is the phone number, right? Sorry, mistake here. This mobile. Okay, so it's going to be student, student dot concatenate plus student dot get mobile. Okay, so break it down as well. So now we're going to specify the format. So here we're going to have the barcode format dot QR code, right? And the size. So I'm just going to make this 400 by 400. So you can make it smaller or bigger just by specifying the size. So, but here I'm just going to make this 400 by 400. You can make it 200 by 200, so it will be smaller and beautiful. You know, if it's too big, it's not good. But I just want to make this like 400 by 400. So this basically all we need. So I'm going to throw this exception. I don't want to handle this. Let's just throw it and let it go like that, right? So having done this, we're going to come down here and we're going to create the path, which is the path equals file system. It should be file systems dot get default default path dot get path, right? And here we're going to put this here QR. We're going to put this here. Yeah. And after this, we're going to call the bit, right? Oh, sorry, let's do this import. Let's do this import. Okay, so after this, we're going to call the bit matrix to image writer. So have matrix to image, matrix to image writer, matrix I don't know why my matrix to image. No, this not be matrix, this is matrix. Sorry. Okay, let me just go like that. Matrix to image writer. Let's do the import. I think I need to refresh my Maven, my POM file. So this one I'm going to take from, so we have two options here. So this one is from Google API and this one is from Spring Boot, right? Client. So I'm going to take this because this one here, this is dependency we added to our Spring Boot, right? So here I'm going to choose this because that is the dependencies we added to our Spring Boot. So this one we're going to have write to path, write to well, we're having write to file here. We also have write to path. So have bit matrix, and then here we're going to specify the formats PNG, and here we're going to specify the path. That's what we need. Required file specify path. This one's supposed to be path. Okay, I think we should take the one from Google API. Let's remove this and let's get the import again. No. Okay, this one is here. Yeah. So let's add the exception here. Okay, cool. It works. So this one here will take the one from Google API, Zig client from Google API. That's what we take. So the one from Spring Boot does not have this method here. Doesn't have this write to path. Okay. So now this is all we need to do to get this working. So we are done with our class. So this is the utility class that is going to help us generate the code for the QR code per student. So now let's go back to our controller where we're going to make use of it here. So now these are the three methods we created and everything is working. So now let's go to get all students. So for this we are going to do some modifications here. So we're going to create list of students and students, right? So equals student service dot find all dot dot get students, right? Dot get students. So we're going to check some condition here. If student dot size greater than 0 or not equal 0, size not, let's say not equal 0. If it's not equal to 0, then we have to use the for each loop to loop through all the records in to loop through all the record here, so I can generate the code for them, right? For students in students, for student in students, please generate barcode, our QR code for them. QR code generator dot generate QR code for students. No, this is students. So we're going to throw the exception here. We need to handle for the purpose of the tutorial. I don't want to handle anything, just throw, right? Okay, so we are done. So right here the first thing we're going to do is to get all the record we have, all the students record we have in the database. Now for each record in the database, we're going to generate the QR code for those. That's to encode. We're going to encode the information of every student inside the code, right? Okay, so now we are done with the code. So what we're going to do here is to test run. Let's run it again and see what we got. So it's running. Okay, so we can see that our application has started. Now the application has started, right? And so right here, we're going to go back. Let's go back to Postman. So this is Postman. And let's go back to the directory. So remember, this is the directory we created to store the code. Right now the directory is empty here. So let's go back to Postman, and I'm just going to re-get all the contacts. We have 4 contacts in the database, right? So I'm going to get all the contacts. So now I'm going to send again to retrieve. Okay, there we send, and now we have gotten all the contacts here. So now let's open the directory. Okay, cool. So you can see that we have generated barcode for every for the information we have in the database, right? Sorry, here. So this is the barcode we've generated, right? Let's close this and let's open this. Easy. So we can see that the code, the name of the code here, we have easy, the ID number 2, and the name of the code, QR code, is for easy, right? So now if we scan this right now, we're going to see the encoded information. So here we have SIP-SYN ID is 1, and so let's just verify here. So we have SIP-SYN, the ID is 1, email is not. Easy ID is 2, they will have Barak, the ID is 3. So here, if we go back to our code here, let's look for Barak. Yeah, so we have Barak here, and we have the ID is 3 here. So now what we're just going to do right now, so let's try to just take your phone and scan the image. Let's scan the image and see what we got here. So just take your phone and scan the image. Let's scan the image and see what we got here. Right? Cool. So you see that we have scanned the image and we got the first name is Barak, the last name is Obama, the email and the mobile is here, right? So now let's close this. I'm going to close this and let's scan easy, right? So I'm going to remove this, and let's scan easy here. Okay, so here we see that we have gotten easy information. So for example, in case you scan with your phone and you are not getting the data in your phone, probably you need to install something like Notepad or any editor that can where you can use to edit information like this. So for example, my phone has Notepad and all those things as editor. So that's why we can actually scan the information directly in our phone, right? So let's scan the other one. Let's scan John. This is John, and I'm going to, let's remove this. So let's go back. Let's scan John. Cool. So here we have John here. John Hurt, email John, and phone number. just like that. Okay guys, thank you so much for coming, and this brings us to the end of today's demo. And I really want to use this opportunity to thank those of you that have subscribed to my channel and that have always liked my videos. God bless you, because this is a great way of support you've shown me. You've actually shown me support to grow my channel by liking my videos and subscribing to my channel. And I really want to use this opportunity to encourage those of you that have not yet subscribed to my channel. So please do not forget to do so. Please and please just help me to subscribe to my channel and like my videos. This is a way you can help me grow my channel. This is a way you can show support and love to me and to help me grow my channel. Please help me share my videos with your friends, recommend my channel to your friends, and actually, if there is anything you would like to add to this demo, please do not forget to drop your comment down below. Thank you so much for coming, and I will hope to see you again in our next demo. Thank you for coming, and have a good day. Goodbye.